श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुर सुधारी बरनौ रघुबर विमल जसु जो दायक फल चारि। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरो पवन कुमार। बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेश विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर। राम दूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवारि सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन बिराज सुभेशा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केशा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा बिराजे कांधे मूंज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगबंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाय। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि संभाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा। जम कुबेर दिगपाल जहाते कवि कौबिद कहि सके कहते। तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाए राजपत दीन्हा। तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना। जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्यो ताहि मधुर फल जानु। प्रभु मुद्रिका बलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाहि। दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हरे तेते। राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे। सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी शरणा तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना। आपन तेज समारो आपे तीनों लोक हाकते कापे। भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे। नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा। संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे। सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा। और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे। चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा। साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे। अष्ट सिद्धि नव निधि के दाता असबर दीन जानकी माता। राम रसायन तुम्हरे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा। तुम्हरे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे। अंत काल रघुबरपुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्तन धरहि हनुमत से ही सर्व सुख करहि। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करो गुरुदेव की दाई। जो सत बार पाठ करे कोई छूटहि बद्धि बहा सुख होय। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय बहडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूरति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसो सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो रे भाई सब संतन की जय। राधे कृष्ण की ज्योत अलौकिक तीनों लोक में छाए रही है। राधे कृष्ण की ज्योत अलौकिक तीनों लोक में छाए रही है। भक्ति विवश एक प्रेम पुजारिन, फिर भी दीप जलाए रही है। भक्ति विवश एक प्रेम पुजारिन, फिर भी दीप जलाए रही है। कृष्ण को गोकुल से राधे को, कृष्ण को गोकुल से राधे को बरसाने से बुलाए रही है। दोनों करो स्वीकार, कृपा कर जोगन आरती गाए रही है। दोनों करो स्वीकार, कृपा कर जोगन आरती गाए रही है। भोर भये ते साँझ ढले तक, भोर भये ते साँझ ढले तक, सेवा को नित नेम हमारा। स्नान कराए वो वस्त्र ओढ़ाए, वो भोग लगाए लागत प्यारा। स्नान कराए वो वस्त्र ओढ़ाए, वो भोग लगाए वो लागत प्यारा। कब ते निहारत आपकी ओर, कब ते निहारत आपकी ओर, की आप हमारी और निहारो। राधे कृष्ण हमारे धाम को, जानी वृंदावन धाम पधारो। राधे कृष्ण हमारे धाम को, जानी वृंदावन धाम पधारो। Let's chat first and then we'll go on to the discussion. Chapter 1. Om Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Atha Prathamodhyayah. Arjun Vishad Yogah. Dhritarashtra Uvacha. धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेतायुयुत्सवः। मामकः पाण्डवाश्चैव किं कुर्वत सञ्जय। सञ्जय उवाच दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानीकं व्यूढं दुर्योधनस्तदा। आचार्यमुपसंगम्य राजा वचनं ब्रवीत्। पश्यैतां पाण्डुपुत्राणामाचार्य महतीं च भूं। व्यूढां द्रुपदपुत्रेण तव शिष्येण धीमता। अत्र शूरा महेश्वासा भीमार्जुनसमायुधि। युयुधानो विराटश्च द्रुपदश्च महारथः। धृष्टकेतुश्चेकितानः काशीराजश्च वीर्यवान्। पुरुजित् कुन्तिभोजश्च शैब्यश्च नरपुङ्गवः। युधामन्युश्च विक्रान्त उत्तमौजाश्च वीर्यवान्। सौभद्रो द्रौपदेयाश्च सर्व एव महारथाः। अस्माकं तु विशिष्टाये तानि बोध द्विजोत्तम। नायका मम सैन्यस्य सन्यार्थं तान् ब्रवीमि ते। भवान् भीष्मश्च कर्णश्च कृपश्च समितिञ्जयः अश्वत्थामा विकर्णश्च सौमदत्तिस्तथैव च अन्ये च बहवः शूरा मदर्थे त्यक्तजीविताः नानाशस्त्रप्रहरणाः सर्वे युद्धविशारदाः अपर्याप्तं तदस्माकं बलं भीष्माभिरक्षितम् पर्याप्तं त्विदमेतेषां बलं भीमाभिरक्षितम् अयनेषु च सर्वेषु यथा भागमवस्थिताः भीष्ममेवाभिरक्षन्तु भवन्तः सर्व एव हि तस्य सञ्जनयन् हर्षं गुरुवृद्धः पितामहः सिंहनादं विनद्योच्चैः शङ्खं दद्मौ प्रतापवान् ततः शङ्खाश्च भैर्यश्च पणवानकगोमुखाः सहसैवाभ्यहन्यन्त सशब्दस्तु मुलोऽभवत् ततः श्वैतैर्हयैर्युक्ते महति स्यन्दने स्थितौ माधवः पाण्डवश्चैव दिव्यौ शङ्खौ प्रदध्मतुः पाञ्चजन्यं हृषीकेशो देवदत्तं धनञ्जयः पौण्ड्रं दद्मौ महाशङ्खं भीमकर्मावृकोदरः अनन्तविजयं राजा कुन्तीपुत्रो युधिष्ठिरः नकुलः सहदेवश्च सुघोषमणिपुष्पकौ काश्यश्च परमेश्वासः शिखण्डी च महारथः धृष्टद्युम्नो विराटश्च सात्यकिश्चापराजितः द्रुपदो द्रौपदेयाश्च सर्वशः पृथिवीपते सौभद्रश्च महाबाहुः शङ्खान् दद्मुः पृथक् पृथक् सघोषो धार्तराष्ट्राणां हृदयानि व्यदारयत् नभश्च पृथिवीं चैव तुमुलो व्यनुनादयन् अथ व्यवस्थितान् दृष्ट्वा धार्तराष्ट्रान् कपिध्वजः प्रवृत्ते शस्त्रसम्पाते धनुरुद्यम्य पाण्डवः ऋषिकेशं तदा वाक्यमिदमाह महीपते अर्जुन उवाच सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये रथं स्थापयमेच्युत यावदेतान्निरीक्षेऽहं योद्धुकामानवस्थितान् कैर्मया सह योद्धव्यं स्मिन् रणसमुद्यमे योत्स्यमानानवेक्षेऽहं य एतेऽत्र समागताः धार्तराष्ट्रस्य दुर्बुद्धे युद्धे प्रियचिकीर्षवः सञ्जय उवाच एवमुक्तो हृषीकेशो गुडाकेशेन भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये स्थापयित्वा रथोत्तमम् भीष्मद्रोणप्रमुखतः सर्वेषां च महीक्षिताम् उवाच पार्थ पश्यैतान् समवेतान् कुरुन्निति तत्रापश्यत् स्थितान् पार्थः पितरन्नथ पितामहान् आचार्यान् मातुलान् भ्रातॄन् पुत्रान् पौत्रान् सखींस्तथा स्वशुरान् सुहृदश्चैव सेनयोरुभयोरपि तान् समीक्षस्य स कौन्तेय सर्वान् बन्धूनवस्थितान् कृपया पर्याविष्टो विषीदन्निदमब्रवीत् और कृपया पर्याविष्टो विषीदन्निदमब्रवीत्। अर्जुन उवाच दृष्ट्वेमं स्वजनं कृष्ण युयुत्सुं समुपस्थितं सीदन्ति मम गात्राणि मुखं च परिशुष्यति वेपतुश्च शरीरे मे रोमहर्षश्च जायते गाढीवं श्रंसते हस्तात् त्यक्चैव परिधयते न च शक्नोम्यवस्थातुं भ्रमतीव च मे मनः ॐ तत्सत् इति श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे अर्जुनविषादयोगो नाम प्रथमोऽध्यायः। हरि ओम् श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम्। Today I feel like sharing a beautiful story. The story you must have heard many times. I must have narrated and you must have heard it elsewhere also. But it is very essential to share this story today. There was a garden, a bamboo garden. Lots of bamboo shoots and beautiful bamboos were there all around. And Shri Krishna would come and play with his gopis and spend a lot of time with his gopas in that bamboo garden also. He would come and joyously swing, talk, run, play. So the bamboos were blessed with the company of the Lord. But one day it just so happened that Shri Krishna, he came running, and there was a kind of a distressed look on his face. And when he reached, he started looking around and he was a bit upset till he reached one bamboo plant. And that bamboo plant asked, "What is wrong, Krishna? Why is your smile not there? Why are you looking so distressed today? Is everything okay?" Shri Krishna said, "Everything is okay, but I need you to do something for me." The bamboo plant said, "Anything for you, my dear Krishna. Tell me." But Krishna said, "What I am asking you to do for me is going to be a bit painful. It will hurt a lot." And the bamboo plant asked, "Is it essential?" Krishna said, "Yes, it is very, very important for me." The bamboo plant said, "Okay, if that is the case, I am willing. Do as you please with me, my dear Krishna. Whatever is your will is acceptable to me." So Sri Krishna took out a knife and he chopped the bamboo tree. It was very painful. There were tears in the eyes of the bamboo plant. But he did not utter a word. He said, "If this is by Krishna's will, let it happen." And then Sri Krishna sat down and he started carving holes in the bamboo shoot with his knife, and it was so painful for the bamboo plant. The bamboo plant started weeping, but not a word came out of his mouth, because he saw that every tear that fell from his eyes, there were 2-3 more tears falling from Shri Krishna's eyes also. And Shri Krishna tried to hollow that bamboo shoot. Bamboo shoot has stuffing, so he tried to hollow the bamboo shoot. And he went on, and it was so painful that now the bamboo plant, the stick that Krishna was holding, started shouting in agony, but he never asked Krishna to stop. He yelled, he shouted, but not once did he say, "Krishna, stop, what are you doing to me?" He did not question. Krishna went on and on, scraping everything that was within the bamboo shoot till it became totally hollow. It was hollow and clean, but Krishna did not put down his knife yet. He carved a mouthpiece, he carved various holes to blow from, and finally Krishna looked at that bamboo plant and he said, "I am so sorry for making you go through this pain. and he embraced that bamboo plant. The bamboo plant did not complain. The bamboo plant did not cry anymore. He said, "It's okay, Krishna. Not once did I doubt your intentions. Not once did I want you to stop because I had full confidence in what you were doing. But now, can you tell me, Krishna, what was all this for?" Shri Krishna smiled and he said, "From now on, you will always stay close to me. And whenever I need to spread my message of love, I will spread it to you, through you." And Krishna put this bamboo plant to his lips and he played the most melodious of music. And the Bansuri started playing the beautiful rhythms and beautiful songs. The beautiful music started coming out of this flute. The flute was no longer in pain. The flute was one with the Lord. And the flute realized that in order to become the instrument of Lord, you have to be hollowed first. You have to be emptied first. Because until and unless you are empty, unless and until you are hollow, unless and until you have surrendered totally, the Lord cannot work through you. Why is that so? Because only when you are empty and hollow will Lord's words come out of your mouth as it is. Otherwise, you will actually pollute those words with your own conditioning and analysis. So be very careful whenever you sit down, whenever you are thinking, whenever you are analyzing. Caution yourself. Is it by conditioning? Is it by preconceived notion? Is it by surrounding? Is it by upbringing, which is clouding the message of the scriptures? Or am I able to absorb the entire secret as it is? Krishna gave a lot of pain to the Bansuri, right? But only to make it eligible to go on and share his knowledge as it is. Why is this story relevant to what we are reading in Geeta? It is because after verse 30, we see a broken and beaten Arjun who has dropped all his weapons. He refuses to speak. He is unable to stand and he sits down. Now, he is no longer banking on his own strength. He has dropped his own strength totally. And he looks up to Sri Krishna and says, "Ab kya karu? You tell me now." See, any knowledge or advice or guidance that comes your way without you asking or seeking is considered useless. Isn't it? जबरदस्ती की बिन मांगे सलाह देने का किसने बोला था आपको? तो श्री कृष्णा ऑल्सो डिड नॉट ओपन हिज माउथ. अभी भी उन्हें कुछ खास बोला नहीं है. टिल नाउ ही हैज नॉट स्टार्टेड टॉकिंग बिकॉज till the student is ready, the teacher would not appear. Only when you seek, you will get. Now, Arjun so far was not seeking at all. He was well established in his own beliefs. He was very confident of his own strength, which is not wrong in any way. And he was very sure of what he was doing. That is also not wrong. It's very good. But somewhere it is not how the universe works. Because no matter how knowledgeable we might be, no matter how courageous, how strong, how confident we might be, all our decisions are based on limited knowledge. Limited knowledge. Why do I say so? Because we have the knowledge for only this birth, not this birth also. Many of our childhood memories are wiped out, right? And we do not know what the future holds, right? So we do not know the complete picture. Let's expand it further. Do we know about our previous births? Sanatana Dharma talks about rebirths, right? Do we know about our previous births? Do we know about the journey of our soul? No. Do we know about the births we are yet to take? No. Do we know how we fit in the entire scheme of things? We don't. Hence, whatever decision we make today has very limited parameters. Right? We have very limited knowledge about our existence. So, this understanding is essential if we seek or we need to connect with the higher. And this connection mostly happens when we let go of our ego, right? कि मैं भी हूँ, मुझे पता है, मुझे आता है, I am intelligent, I know how to think. So this has to be stopped first. You have to agree to the fact that we do not know the entire scheme of things. And then, once this happens, we need to be willing to seek. कि मुझे तो कुछ पता नहीं है, अब आप ही बता दो. And genuinely you have to empty yourself. When Krishna, in the middle, directed Arjun to look at everyone with a different drishti, right? We discussed it in the last class. And he realized that everybody is his. And we came to the conclusion that be it Arjun, Dhritarashtra or Duryodhana, they are equally embedded in Maya. Because they are yet not thinking beyond their body conscious state. Right? But Arjun is shaken. And at this time, when he is shaken and beaten and broken and confused, luckily for him, he has the company of Lord. In our life also, we can have the company of Krishna constantly. He does not have to come down to us and sit in front of us holding a Shank, Padma, Gada, Hasta in his hands. No. Shank, Padma, Gada, Chakra in his hands. Zaruri nahi hai. Krishna can come in any form. If we seek, he can come in the form of a Granth. He can come in the form of a beautiful person. Beautiful at heart, I mean. He can come in the form of a teacher. He can come in the form of a person who is just crossing your path and teaches you something. But for that, you need to seek, right? For that, you have to stop being too full of yourself. Most of us are too full of ourselves. And the other thing which I have noticed is we feel that the person who is distant, a person who is a Vairagi or a sannyasi, a person who is seemingly different from us, has better knowledge on the topics of spirituality or on the topics of righteous living or on the topics of God than anybody else. See, either we are full of ourselves and we contradict ourselves. Firstly, we think we are the best, okay? So we are pretty full of ourselves. And secondly, we think that anybody who is like us is not capable enough to share the knowledge of Krishna. It's quite a duality here, isn't it? And we are so confused. We think we are the best, but we think a person like us, or the person leading the same life, or a person doing the same things we do, a person who is close to us, cannot impart or cannot share or cannot be directing us towards the divine truth. This is the greatest problem. That is why when we look at our scriptures, when we look at itihas, we realize that most of the time people got their due after they died. Be it a great artist or a great saint, his preaching and teaching spread after he was no more. Because what you can associate with cannot be divine. Sad, but the scriptures are telling you, shouting out to you, that you are divine. Let alone the person you can associate with. Let alone the person who is at your level. Let alone the person who is leading the same life as you. The scriptures are shouting out and telling you that, Arey bhai, you are divine. And when you are divine, why cannot anybody else be divine? Because somebody asked, did Arjun take Krishna to be God? We will figure it out as we go on with Geeta. But Arjun was enlightened enough to know that Krishna, his best friend, could be his guiding light. Because of his tap, jap, and all the sadhana that he did, he could see divinity in Shri Krishna. बाकियों को तो नहीं दिखी ना. And again, his jap, tap, sadhana would have been futile without the Lord's grace. But in order to benefit from the Lord's grace and Bhagwan's kripa, what do we need? We need to become eligible. How do we become eligible? By sadhana. And after doing sadhana, do you realize what? You realize that you were always that. You were always pure. You were always enlightened. You were always all knowledgeable. But sadhana is needed to reach that phase. Arjun did a lot of sadhana. Dhananjaya, Gudakeshen, so much of tap. He purified himself. Hence, he could receive the grace of the Lord, which is ever flowing for everybody. And over here, the Lord took away one very precious strength of Arjun. His confidence, his ego, his belief that he alone is capable, his belief that he alone is right, his belief that he does not need any counsel. See, till a vessel is full, आप पूरे तरह तक भरे हुए हो, take a pot. Can anything be poured into it? No, right? And suppose you put a pot with its mouth down and its back, and suppose you put it in the rain. No matter how hard it rains, will the pot get full? No, because it is on the other side. And suppose you put a pot full of water again, and will you be able to pour something in it? Everything will keep flowing out, right? Because it's already full of itself. And even if the pot is empty, if you put it the other way around, with the mouth on the floor and the back towards the rain, will it get full? No. And suppose the pot has a crack, and the rain keeps coming, what will happen? Through the hole, the entire water will go away. There is a beautiful joke. When you look at somebody, who is a bit dim-wit. So he said, क्या हुआ? भगवान जब अकल बांट रहे थे, तब तुम क्या छल्ली लेके चले गए थे? Which means, when God was distributing knowledge and wit, did you go with a strainer in your hand? Because all the knowledge that was given to you poured away. So the Lord wants a patra. See, patra. अर्जुन को बार बार पात्र भी बोला जाता है. Sanskrit is a language with every word having various meanings. Take a dip into our scriptures and keep doing manan. And tell them, I beg of you to reveal your secrets to me. My dear scriptures, I don't see any other guru. I see you as my guru. And I know that you are alive. I know that you are living. I know that you are eternal. I know that you will share. Please reveal your knowledge to me. And they will. Patra. Patra. Later he'll start addressing Arjun as Patra. Let's figure it out. In the first 30 verses, has Arjun been addressed as Patra yet? And as we go on, we'll see when is the first time Sri Krishna uses the word Patra. So over here, Arjun is being emptied of his ego. Good ego or bad ego? Ego is ego. Okay? So he's being emptied of his ego so that the Lord can start filling knowledge into it. Prabhu has shaken him, just like he emptied and hollowed the bamboo shoot with a lot of, and it was painful for the Lord also, right? He loves us. So when he is giving us trouble, when he is giving us hardships, do you think he's happy? He is not. But it is for our own good. It is for our own good. We might not understand it now, but later on we will certainly understand कि प्रभु ने हमारे साथ ऐसा क्यों किया था. The gold has to be put through fire so that it shines bright and the impurities disappear, isn't it? So that is what is happening. Just by indicating, he inflicted pain and doubt and tremors in Arjun's heart. For once, he was not overconfident about his own Gandiv. For once, he was not overconfident about his own judgments. For once, he was shaken. Dhananjaya was shaken. And he sat down. And then he turned to Krishna. This is the first time he uses the word Krishna. Drishtvevam Swajanam Krishna. Oh Krishna, oh Krishna. Last time, I had requested all of you to find out in the first 30 verses how many times do we refer to the word, How many names do we address Lord with? So I could find three. Two places in verses 15 and 20, he is referred to as Rishikesha. Rishikesha is the Lord of the Indriyas, right? Rishikesh, the ruler, the Lord, or the Ish of Indriyas. In verse 21, he is referred to as Achyut. Achyut is the one who does not fall at all. In verse 24, again he is referred to as Rishikesha. So three times. And in verse 28, finally Arjun says Krishna. What is the meaning of Krishna? Krishna, we say dark blue in color, isn't it? Very simply, blue. Krishna, right? And when we say blue, what do we think of? The sky, blue, dark blue. And it also, blue also indicates all pervading, all encompassing, and the one who attracts everything. Krishna. But nothing can attract him like that. So he finally turns to that all-pervading, all-encompassing divine Lord for help. Finally, in verse 28, he says, Krishna, O Krishna, that divine Lord, सर्वव्यापी, प्रभु मेरी मदद करो, मेरे साथ में ऐसा हो रहा है. अभी भी he has turned towards the Lord, but he is not fully confident, right? Because there's so many doubts, but at least he turned. Before these, it was ruler of Indriyas, the one who does not fall. And if you look at the verses, when they say Panchajanya Rishikesha, they address Arjun as Devadatta Dhananjaya, his coach, and Dhananjaya. Then again they say Rishikesha, and they talk about the Kapidhvajaha. Again, where the Indriyas can be conquered. The other meaning of Kapi is our Chanchal Indriyas, our Chanchal senses, our Chanchal mind. And when he is going to the center of the battlefield, with his chariot, he talks to the Lord as Achyut, because he is going in the middle of the battlefield. He says, be careful, may I not fall. Protect me. Right? And then Sanjay refers to him as, see now, Rishikesh. Rishikesh has taken the chariot to the middle of the battlefield, and when Arjun is totally battered, he says, Krishna, oh Krishna, help me, in verse 28. So now Arjun is turning to the Lord to ask, to share his problems. Abhi tak in the previous verses, he was directing the Lord as per his will. That is what we do, isn't it? God, may I get this. God, make sure that I get this result. God, make sure that this happens in my life. God, make sure that I am able to reach so and so place. So all this while, we are directing the Lord as per our wish, so that what we wish, what we think is right for us happens to us. Right? तो वो भी अर्जुन कर रहे थे. He was also directing the Lord, take me here, take me there, this is that is that. So he was telling the Lord what to do. But finally, he dropped everything. He dropped everything and he turned to the Lord for direction. We have to analyze ourselves. When we pray, what kind of prayers are ours? Are we giving directions to the Lord, or are we taking directions from the Lord? There is a great difference. The entire thing will change. Focus. Don't make it a mundane activity. हम गए, हमने घंटी बजाई, हमने pray करा. And instead of doing this, analyze what is going on in your mind, in your heart, when you are standing in front of the Lord. What is the objective? Are you there to direct Him? Are you there to be directed? Or are you there to just thank and say, Prabhu, tu jane, tera kaam jane, I will just be. I will be the flute in your hand. When you decide that I should stay put, no music should come out, no music will come out. When you decide that music has to come out, you can play and the music will start flowing through me. Your music will start flowing through me. 3 different ways of approaching the same Lord. And the Prabhu is very grateful. When Arjun said, beach mein le jao, beach mein le gaye. When Arjun said, I am supposed to stand here, he said, okay. Because the Prabhu says, may your will prevail. He immediately says, tathastu. Whatever you wish shall happen. So we have to be very careful when we wish also. Because his plans are greater than ours. He knows Adi Madhya Adi, he knows everything. He is the Racheta of this Shrishti. He knows what is best for us at any point in time. Had the bamboo questioned the Lord when he was removing and hollowing the bamboo with a knife, would he have become the flute of the Lord? Nahi. Had he stopped the Lord? Had he directed the Lord? Nahi. In spite of all the pain that he was going through, he remained quiet. With full faith in what the Lord was doing, knowing that the Lord knows best. Hence he became the flute, right? Lord cannot survive without his flute. So Arjun ko bhi the Lord has emptied bit by bit through all the ordeals, not only the ordeal right now. We see, right, the Pandavas went through a lot of ordeals in their life. Was their life easy? It was not. From the very beginning, as children, if we look at the Mahabharata, we have a lot of time. Why don't we reread the Mahabharata? We look at the Mahabharata and look at the way the Pandavas were brought up, what happened to them, where did they spend their childhood, what happened to their father, what happened to their mother. If we read what happened to them, we'll realize that their life was not easy. So they had to go through a lot of struggles and ordeals to become what they were. So Arjun was almost there, but he needed a little bit of the shake. It was the last straw that the Lord had to put for him to open up for knowledge. So whenever we are going through ordeals, remember that Lord is preparing us and making us capable of absorbing His secrets. Such a beautiful way to think about it. And that is the truth. No denying it. Every ordeal, every struggle teaches us. It is said, right? That which does not kill us makes us stronger. So now Arjun is shaken. But Arjun is still in Maya. So, abhi tak, he is receptive, but his outlook is still, what is? Body conscious, right? We have repeated it multiple times in the last session. Plus, there is one more thing which Arjun is still holding on to. Although he has turned towards the Lord, and he is saying that I do not know what to do, please guide me. This is what is happening to me. For the first time, I am more confident about your strength than mine. He has still not given up something very essential. He has not given up doership, karta bhav. Don't we have doership in us? We all do. We have to hear us talk. I did this, I made a good meal, I prepared my children, I raised such amazing children. Whatever I have, I am a self made man. That is the worst thing somebody can say. He or me, I am a self made man or a self made person. Nobody is self made. There are so many people, so many situations, and the Lord who is making you what you are. Nobody is self made. Parents play a very important role. Your surrounding, your siblings, your grandparents, your teachers, everybody who touches your heart in your journey of life contributes to making you what you are. So before using the word self-made, think, nobody is self-made. So the Lord is preparing Arjun. But the doership is there. Ki I will fight this battle, I will kill, I might be victorious, right? That I is referring to I am doing everything. I am the doer. It's a very difficult concept, to separate doership from us. But let's attempt. And this is just the beginning. We can have this concept in our mind. And as we go deeper into Geeta, the Lord is going to clear all this for us. Right? That is why there are 18 chapters. Right? Chapter 2 is going to be a gist. But it's going to be difficult to understand everything in chapter 2. So he'll continue till we understand. So he says कि इसमें doership है. Now what is doership? I'll take an example from Ramayana. This example is very close to my heart because I choose to believe that be it Krishna, be it Ram, be it Shivji, be it anybody, they are no different from how we are. The Lord, that Brahm, is equally there in each of us. But the person, some people like Ram and Krishna are able to identify themselves and find themselves to be that same Brahman. Many people are not able to because they feel that we are heen, right? We are dirty, we are heen, we cannot be like God. It is hard for us to believe that we are the same tattva, we are the same divine. Koi baat nahi. So over here, if we think for once that Ravan and Ramji are just two sides of the same coin, and it is very difficult to get rid of Ravan by the use of intelligence and strength. Because this brain has the capacity to think only a little, right? Utta hi samajh aayega. We cannot think at the Lord's level if we use our intelligence and mind and intellect. Okay? But with Kripa, we can go beyond the intellect, mind and intelligence. And when, this is very clear. When Ramji was at the battlefield, okay? And he was fighting, Lanka Kand tha, and everything happened, but he was unable to defeat Ravan. Ravan was still very powerful, and no matter how hard Ramji was trying, he was unable to defeat Ravan. When finally he sat down at night and he started thinking, what should I do? What am I doing wrong? Where is the error? There has to be some break. There has to be something which I am missing out on. We always say, right? Ram ban gaye to Ram ban gaye. His journey made him what he was. So in that journey, Lanka card also comes, right? The Yudh also comes, Ravan also comes. So now Ramji is sitting and thinking, everything is okay, but I am unable to defeat Ravan. I am unable to defeat Ravan. What do I do? So while he's thinking, Agastya Muni comes, right? And Agastya Muni comes and says, my dear Ram, I will tell you the secret. I'll give you that special strength which will make you more powerful and which will make you capable of defeating Ravan. And Ramji said, okay, what is that? Agastya Muni, please give me that. He touched the feet of Agastya Muni as a guru, and Agastya Muni said, now I'll impart because you seek. Now you are asking, what is it? That one thing which is between me and Ravan, which is actually not letting me defeat Ravan. So Agastya Muni gave him the Aditya Hridayam. Aditya Hridayam is where you chant to the sun, isn't it? And he says that this is the mantra, chant this, and then with the power of that sun, you will be able to destroy Ravan. What is the meaning here? Power of that sun, you will be able to destroy Ravan. What is Suraj? Suraj is Pratyaksha Brahman, isn't it? Suraj is Pratyaksha Brahman, that which you can see. So indirectly, Agastya Muni said कि अभी तक तुम अपनी ताकत से लड़ रहे थे राम. Now fight with the power of that divine creator, that Brahman. Only then can you fight against and defeat Ravan. Till you fight as you, it won't happen. Let that entire universe work through you. You disappear and let that divine take place. Let that divine's will, let that divine power work. Empty yourself of yourself. And when this happened, Ramji realized that he is not the doer at all. He shoots at the source of all misery. Doership is the source of all our miseries. Think about it. Doership, when he does not remain a karta anymore, the mighty I gets dissolved, post which there is no battle to be fought. You enter your Satchit Anand Swarup and then start to just be. Think about it. Think deeply about what is being said. Isn't doership the cause of all problems? Think about your past, okay? Let's take an example. Think about your past. Whatever happened in the past, there are certain things that are very painful to you, right? Some things you regret. कि काश मैंने ऐसा नहीं किया होता. Why is that pain in your heart? Because you think you did it. It was you who did it. You were the cause. You were the doer. You created that situation. You hurt somebody or you lied. Whatever happened in your past, it was done by you. Right? And that causes so much of pain and agony. I wish I could go back and change what I did. Many people say that, right? I wish I could go back in retrospect. Now, for a moment, think that you are not the doer. Whatever happened was to happen the way it happened. You were just there as a puppet in the Lord's hand. This thought gives a sigh of relief because the burden is not on your head anymore. The burden is on the head of Lord. The burden is being carried by God. Kyuki, you were not doing anything. You were just a puppet in the hands of the divine. तो जो कुछ भी हुआ उसमें you did not feel guilty because it was happening the way it was. Now we cannot misuse this. वैसे जब प्रभु ही सब कर रहे हैं तो फिर whatever I do, I can go and murder somebody and say कि it was the Lord who did this. No. Spirituality is like walking on a blade, okay? You have to be very careful when you thread this part, because the meaning you take from what is being said can either elevate you or totally be a cause of your destruction. So take it in good spirit. Whatever happened, it was Prabhu Ichha. Whatever will happen is going to be Prabhu Ichha, right? It is He who was the doer, He is the doer, and He is going to be the doer later also. But at the same time, I will do my level best. Whatever limited knowledge I have, in that I will do my level best. Knowing that I am just the puppet in the Lord's hand. The minute you become a bansuri in the Lord's hand, what happens? His music flows. The minute you become a puppet in the Lord's hand, you dance the way He makes you dance. And He is so divine. It might look like an ugly dance, or it might look like a music which is not right to your ears right now. But maybe that music or that dance is needed for your upliftment or for a lesson to somebody else. Again, the doership will go away when you realize that you are not operating individually. You are just one element in a big scheme of things. So everything that is happening is not only for you. Every action, every reaction has ripples and ripples and ripples of effects. It is complex there. What you are doing could be for somebody else's learning, and what they are doing could be for somebody else's learning. What you are doing today could teach you a lesson later. We do not know the mathematics of it. We do not need to know the mathematics of it. Let it be done. Let Prabhu take care of what is needed. Let's just remember that He is the doer. I am the flute in His hand, and the music is not mine, it is His. I am the puppet in His hands, so the movement and the dance is not mine, it is His. So when you put it in perspective of your past, the guilt goes away. And when you put it in the perspective of your future, the anxiety goes away. And when you put it in perspective of the present, the excitement goes away. That is what happens. So now the Lord is trying to get Arjun there. But Arjun right now, why is he so upset? Because he thinks that he is the doer. Even Lord Ram, the minute he understood that I am not the doer, there is somebody who is acting through me and I have to fight with his power, he was able to defeat Ravan. He was victorious over Ravan. When we look at the moon, today morning when I got up, there was this crescent moon and one star. And I was just looking at it shining so brightly. And I thought, does the moon have a light of its own? Does the moon have a light of its own? No, it does not. The moon borrows the light from the sun. And there is a beautiful poem which I'll send it to you. Does the moon have a light of its own? When it's waxing, waning, new or full, and it couldn't shine at all without the sun's bright light. This is something which we need to remember. This is something which Arjun has to be taught. This is something which Ramji realized. What? When it's waxing, waning, new or full, and it couldn't shine at all without the sun's bright light. No matter how the moon is, one truth remains, that it could not shine without the sun's bright light. And when this thought is established in our very being, we become free. We are not bound. We become one with that divine. And after that, he acts. So the cause of Arjun's miserable state is that he thinks he is the doer. You know that phrase which comes in Geeta, we are going to do it as we go on this journey. Karm karo, phal ki chinta na karo, is so badly misinterpreted. We say karm karo, phal ki chinta na karo. So we are saying you should do the best you can, but you should not crave for the fruits. Now put it in this perspective of doership. When आप करता ही नहीं हो, when you are not the doer, the Lord is acting through you, can you any which ways claim the fruits? No. When you are not the doer, you cannot claim the fruits. When you are not the karta, you cannot be the bhokta. It is not something which you have to force yourself into believing. It is normal because everything is happening through you. आप सिर्फ निमित्त हो. The minute you realize that you are just a nimitt, you're just a puppet, you're just a flute, the Vishad will go away. Agony, Vishad, despondency happens when that I am the doer exists. That ego exists. So Krishna slightly hit the ego element. And now Arjun is receptive. He is receptive. He wants to seek. And he's looking at his friend right now. He has not seen the divine Swarup yet. But he knows that there is something that this friend can teach me. When we chant the last verse of this, and when we started the introduction of Bhagavad Gita, we explained the relationship between Arjun and Sri Krishna, right? It said, Tat Sat Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Su Upanishadsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Shri Krishna Arjun Samvade. Brahma Vidya hai ye, the divine knowledge. Yoga ka Shastra hai. Right? This is a different field of knowledge. And Krishna Arjun Samvad hai. Samvad happens between two friends. When you talk to somebody, isn't it? A dialogue happens between two friends. And this is a dialogue between two friends. So this is an indication. We look up, we look around, we look at a distance for what is there very near to us. Miracles are happening every day in our life. Messages from God come to us every second. But what we seek is there available to us all the time. But हमारी दृष्टि कहीं और है ना. कहते हैं ना, दृष्टि में तेरे खोट है, दुनिया निहारती. हमारी दृष्टि में ही खोट है. The minute we change our drishti, the minute we change our understanding, everything will change. And life will become beautiful. So Shri Krishna over here is trying to change the drishti of Arjun. Is trying to tell him that Arjun, बहुत साधना की, बहुत तपस्या की. You worked very hard. But now, remember, no matter what you do, if my kripa is not there, it won't be fruitful. Do we understand this? So the perspective of, so till verse 30, or till the three verses which we have been analyzing show us that even if you consider everybody as yours, you have to see whether you are analyzing it from Deha Buddhi or you're beyond that. Right? Are you able to see Brahman in everybody? If not, you are lipped in Maya. You are still totally embedded in Maya. Second, doership. Till you think you are the doer, Vishad or despondency or agony cannot go away. So till you are in Maya, till you are unable to see beyond the body, Vishad will not go away. Till you think you are the doer, till you think you are the karta, till you think you are the bhokta, Vishad will not go away. So Arjun had to be taken off this belief. And that is what Sri Krishna did. He shook Arjun to the very core. It's like, it was like an earthquake where the entire building collapsed. Right? We build a foundation of beliefs and then we build our livelihood around it, right? Our foundation is very important. As what Guru said, right? You cannot differentiate between this is my material world, this is my spiritual world. Build a spiritual foundation. Your foundation has to be spiritual. And then build your material world on it. Because then that world will also become spiritual. Because there is nothing as material and spiritual. Because there is only what? There is only that divide. So this is what he's trying to do. Now let's look at it from one more perspective. Just one more. One more perspective is everything that is happening within us. Ravan is within us. Ram is within us. Nothing is outside there. The battle has to be fought within. Our battle is not with other people. Our battle is not with situations. Our battle is not with expectations. Our battle is within. Everything that we see outside is first created inside. And this is one more lesson which Sri Krishna is trying to teach Arjun. When he says, Arjun, there is nothing as them and you. It is all yours. It is all within you. The entire battle has to be fought within first. Because as you are, so is the world. The world is just a mirror. It reflects your being. That's it. It is a mirror. Many people feel that the world is bitter because bitterness is within. Many people feel the world is beautiful because beauty is within. Our perception of the world changes based on our mood. Our perception of the world changes based on our experiences. Our perception of the world changes based on our situation. Our perception of the world changes based on our conditioning. So, do we have to work outside or do we have to work within? We have to work within. So, जो भी काम होना है ना, बाहर नहीं होना है. The काम has to happen inside. काम मतलब work has to happen within. Till you keep working on fixing things outside, you will reach nowhere. Start fixing things within. And over here, Arjun turned within. Right? अभी तक he was looking all around, right? And analyzing, judging, condemning. But Sri Krishna, by his kripa, helped him turn inside. And when he turned inside, whom did he talk to? The Lord. So this is another takeaway. Turn within. Look within. The problem is not outside. The problem is within. The solution is not outside. The solution is within. We have overshot, right? So please think about it and analyze it. Do a lot of bhajan. Bhajan is very, very important. Many times what we do is, we listen, we read. We listen, we read. But we fail on the bhajan element. Bhajan is very, very essential. And the sooner we understand that bhajan is needed, pondering is needed, musing is needed, constant dwelling on the teaching is needed, the answers will start coming. I will end with a story. I've overshot the time. I'm so sorry. There was this disciple who went to his guru with a lot of questions. Lot of questions. And I hear people saying that, I had so many questions, and when I was sitting in the discourse, all my questions got answered. Very good, it happens. But so he went to his guru with a lot of questions. So the guru looked at him, and this disciple started asking one question after another, after another, after another. So many questions were being asked. And this guru became very quiet. He said, listen, what I would suggest is, why don't you go and do bhajan? Do some tapasya and come after 2-3 years. He said, but my questions, I need to listen to your answers to do bhajan. He said, nothing is needed. You go and do bhajan. Sit in Ekad, sit in wherever you are and start doing bhajan. Okay, those were the days when they could do tapasya. So he went. And after 3 years, after the prescribed time limit, the disciple came back. But he still had questions. The questions were a little lesser, but he still had questions. So again the guru listened. He did not open his mouth. He said, go. Your tapasya is not complete. Your sadhana is not complete. Go and do more sadhana. The disciple said, but my questions. He said, trust me, go. He went away. And he said, for how long? And the guru said, as long as it takes this time. And it just so happened that the disciple never came back. And the guru understood. What did the guru understand? Once the guru was just going through a village, and from the other side he saw his disciple who was full of questions come by. And this disciple just fell at the feet of his guru. And the guru said, what happened? You never came back. Why did you not come back? And the disciple said that you come back if you do not get your answers. I got my answers. The answers were always there within me. I never looked within. And my Guru, you made me look within. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ram, Jai Hanuman. Let's ask the Lord to help us. Many a times in our daily lives, in our run for routine, we tend to forget the Lord, the most essential in our life. We forget why we have taken this human birth. We forget our pursuit totally. So let's tell the Lord, just like you did not forget Arjun, right? When Arjun was shaken, you came and you directed him in the right way. You shook him when it was needed. You made him seek when it was needed. You made him ask when it was needed. You made him turn to you. Please don't forget us also. Even if I forget you, please don't forget me. भगवान मेरी नैया उस पार लगा देना, भगवान मेरी नैया उस पार लगा देना, अब तक तो निभाया है आगे भी निभा लेना, भगवान मेरी नैया उस पार लगा देना, दल बल के साथ माया घेरे जो मुझको आके, दल बल के साथ माया घेरे जो मुझको आके, तुम देखते न रहना, झट आके बचा लेना, तुम देखते न रहना, झट आके बचा लेना, भगवान मेरी नैया उस पार लगा देना, अब तक तो निभाया है आगे भी निभा लेना, संभव है झंझटों में मैं तुमको भूल जाऊं, संभव है झंझटों में मैं तुमको भूल जाऊं, पर नाथ मेरे तुम भी मुझको न भुला देना, पर नाथ मेरे तुम भी मुझको न भुला देना, भगवान मेरी नैया उस पार लगा देना, अब तक तो निभाया है आगे भी निभा लेना, संभव है झंझटों में मैं तुमको भूल जाऊं, संभव है झंझटों में मैं तुमको भूल जाऊं, पर नाथ मेरे तुम भी मुझको न भुला देना, भगवान मेरी नैया उस पार लगा देना, तुम देव मैं पुजारी, तुम इष्ट मैं उपासक, तुम देव मैं पुजारी, तुम इष्ट मैं उपासक, ये बात अगर सच है सच करके दिखा देना, यह बात अगर सच यह बात अगर सच है सच करके दिखा दे, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी, हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव, श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे मुरारी हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव श्री कृष्ण गोविंद हरे हे नाथ नारायण वासुदेव हे ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय वासुदेवाय राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की राम लक्ष्मण जानकी जय बोलो हनुमान की राम लक्ष्मण जानकी राम लक्ष्मण जानकी अब जय बोलो हनुमान की बोलो बजरंग बली की जय। जय श्री राम, जय श्री कृष्ण, जय मेरे हनुमान।